to grab attention of the investor in less than 3 minutes. We'll get to know about it now. Stay tuned for it. Hello guys, this is Alva Santos, the founder of Entrepreneur again, where I help you to grow your business through online, and I give you quality information and motivational videos in my channel. So please subscribe to my channel. And if you coming for this channel for the first time, so please subscribe to my channel to get quality videos. And if you didn't see the part 1 of this video on how to pitch to an investor, I will leave a description link here and down. Please check that video out and come back to this video again, so that you will be having a better information on how to do that. And that's it for now. So check the video and learn something new.
So let us extend that elevator analogy a little further.
Okay.
We talked about getting into an elevator along with somebody influential and using 30 seconds to do the hook part. And let's assume that the hook is so successful that when the person gets out of the elevator, he doesn't just walk away, stands and talks to you for another 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay.
During which time you are going to convey to the person what's in it for that person and why he should further listen to you. What is the desired outcome from the 3-minute pitch? The desired outcome from a 3-minute pitch, whether it is for a star employee or for a business partner or for an investor, is obviously not to get a sign off. In 3 minutes, if you are able to sell the idea completely to the other person, you are probably the greatest salesperson in the world, which is not a practical thing.
Okay.
So what is the desired outcome from this 3-minute pitch? That's the key question.
Okay.
The desired outcome from this 3-minute pitch is an invitation to come and discuss in detail in the person's office at a convenient time. So we are talking about very busy kind of individuals, whether it's a star employee, potential employee, or a business partner or an investor. The fact that he or she has provided even the 3 minutes time to talk to you means that person has an interest. And if you are successful in the 3-minute pitch, he or she should invite you over to the office sometime, not immediately. May say that, okay, next Tuesday, 10 o'clock, does it work for you? Can we meet and discuss this further? If you are able to get that invitation, the 3-minute pitch is a success. So double tick to the 3-minute pitch if as an outcome you are able to get an invitation for a detailed discussion.
So one question, suppose if he didn't invite us, what can we do to get the invitation?
Work on the pitch once again.
Okay.
See, the question is very relevant. What you are saying is very relevant. That it's not as if we can figure out what the pitch will be in the first attempt.
Yes.
Many times we have to keep rediscovering what is it that will click. And even if we do something that clicks with one individual, it's not necessary that it will click with others as well. So the ability to customize dynamically, even as we speak, is very important. That's why I encourage people to write multiple versions of this pitch, so that quickly they can pull in elements based on the reaction they are getting from the other person. If you have to invent on the fly at that time, it's going to be difficult. But if you have a repository of, let's say, 10 different versions of the pitch, and if you have practiced it sufficiently so that it becomes very natural to you, at a time when the rubber hits the road and you actually have to deliver the pitch, you have enough material available. It will look spontaneous, but at the same time, you are depending on material that you have already prepared and practiced.
So in the first few minutes, because even I am a startup, so my question is that in the first 10 seconds, what does the startup investor wants to hear from us? Is it about our product or is it about the
It's a very good
value?
question. It's a very good question. Let me give you an illustration.
Yes.
For example, let's say I'm meeting somebody and my business is in helping to identify spurious products. Spurious products, you understand. For example, companies like Hindustan Lever, Procter & Gamble, they spend millions of dollars building their brand, right? But then suddenly you find that there are people who are selling Liril spelled with an E or a Lux spelled with an E etc.
Yes.
These are typically counterfeit products. In some cases, they don't even bother to change the spelling. They use exactly the same spelling, same kind of packaging, and they sell it to the consumers, or they sell it to the retailers who sell it to the consumers. Now, it is seen that in some countries, like in Russia or in Middle East, the amount of spurious products in the market is phenomenal, is huge. And companies lose anywhere from 30 to 40% of their revenues because of spurious products. Let's assume that I'm a company that provides a solution for these spurious products identification. Okay, I'm a businessman, or I'm running this particular startup business, and you are a person whom I want to impress with this business idea. Normally you would say that I have a business that uses barcode technology for spurious product identification. This is a normal kind of thing that you would introduce. Compare the effectiveness of this with a pitch that I am going to try now. For instance, if I say that over 30% of products in markets such as Russia and Middle East are spurious, and companies, large companies such as yours, would be losing significant amount of revenue because of these spurious products. Wouldn't it be great if you are able to get real-time information about the genuinity of these products, even as the retailer is selling the product to the consumer? We have a solution where the cost of implementing it can be recovered within a matter of about 3 to 4 months. Now you see the difference in terms of the way the interest is being developed. So now you know that if the person really is running a business and he has this problem in terms of spurious products, would he invite me over for further discussions or not?
Definitely.
So the second version has a much better chance of getting the desired outcome than the first. Though the first version also was explaining in some way what the business is, it was not effective enough. That's the point. This is a good question again. As a coach, I coach people involved in different types of businesses. So, for example, if it is an enterprise or if it is an initiative that is in the supply chain segment, or it is, let's say, a startup that is working on some logistics related problem. Do I need to be a logistics expert in order to advise a startup that is into logistics? Do I need to be a pharmacy expert to advise a pharmacy startup? This is a genuine question. My take is that there are enough common elements that help a coach to coach a startup enterprise across multiple sectors. I would say more than 75 to 80% of the way a pitch is done is generic enough for various people to learn. Then you can always introduce your sector specific elements to make it complete. But 70 to 75% of the pitch would be generic and applicable across sectors. Because the principles involved are common. Like we said, first and foremost, we are going to address what is in it for you. That is generic. It is not going to be sector specific. Secondly, we are going to say, how are you going to achieve this? In that, there will be some elements of sector specific, but then again, we can leverage a whole lot of the regular processes in doing that. So my response to that question is, there is enough generic elements so that across sectors, we are able to. How can we retain the interest of the listener until we complete our pitch? Now, this is a common issue that when we start talking, we stop listening.
Yeah.
This is something that is common, that when we start the flow in terms of what we want to say, after some time our brain is busy processing certain words and our mouth is busy just spitting out those words.
Yes.
Good speakers constantly keep track of how the listener is absorbing what you are saying. The purpose of good communication is not so much to say what you want to say, but to get the response from the listener, to get the desired response from the listener. So your ability to constantly monitor how the inputs that you are providing is being received and asking certain validating questions, particularly when you are talking about the 3-minute pitch, is a very effective tool. I would say that at least there should be 2 instances during the 3-minute pitch where you ask some question. But one thing I want to caution you, that if the question is very open-ended, then it may end up with the other person doing most of the talking. In a 3-minute pitch, you should at least speak for 90% of the time, at least, preferably even higher. But to maintain that interaction, you have to ask 1 or 2 validating questions during the 3-minute pitch. That's the way to retain the interest of the listener.
If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up and leave a comments on what kind of topics you would like to know about more. Something similar to this, or something you want to learn something about a different topic. I'll be trying to get an expert on that industry and record those videos. And apart from that, I'll be giving you more quality information about some specific subjects I am into, like freelancing and YouTube, and how to get money from online. So please subscribe to my channel to get quality information about things. And if you want to know about the speaker who was in the video description below, subscribe to check those things out.
So